I think when most of us think about air quality, we think about what's floating around in the air. We think about particles, we think about particulate. And I think we focus on that because we can see the dust in the air sometimes. And when it comes to dust and particles, it's actually the stuff that we really can't see that is the absolute most dangerous. It's what's called ultrafine particles. Those are particles that are so small that when we breathe them in, they don't actually get stuck in the lungs. They don't get stuck in our sinuses. They actually goes into our lungs and they go right through our lungs into our bloodstream. And those tend to be the things that cause the most irritation or ultimately disease. So Iona is a unique two-part air purification system. You just turn it on, there's no filters to replace ever. It's a one-time cost, and you don't have a recurring investment in filters, and it costs pennies a day to operate. There's several things that make our system unique. One of those is the fact that we have a two-piece system. We're starting with a negative ionization. And what's an ion? An ion is an atom or a couple of atoms that have a net negative charge or a net positive charge. In our case, we're creating negative ions. And so what we're doing is, as soon as you power this system on, ions are flooding out into the room. These are atoms. They're very, very, very small. And so they are going to come in contact with anything that's floating in the air, whether that's a dust particle, bacteria, mold spore, micro-infected organism that has virus on it, an airborne gas, cat dander. They're going to take on that negative charge. They're going to be influenced by the other part of our system. The other part of our system has a positive charge. And so just the power of electrical attraction is going to tend to draw particulate over to the positively charged surface. And of course, when they contact that surface, they're going to be killed. With Iona, we're bringing the same technology that's been used to protect medical and dental industry and the high-tech industry into the home, make that available for everybody. The challenge with traditional filtration, that's with some kind of membrane filter, the goal there is to pass air through it and to catch things so they'll be stuck in the filter and they won't pass through and we won't breathe them. And the challenge with ultrafine particles is they're so small that they pass through HEPA filtration. Those filters can catch the bigger particles, but not the smallest ones. And those smallest ones are the most dangerous ones. Those are the ones that go right in our bloodstream. And that's what is a differentiator with our technology versus a traditional filter. We're not actually using a filter. We're using ionization, which is creating a charge on the particles that are in the air, and so they'll actually be drawn out of the air and we don't breathe them in. The other challenge of traditional filtration is in catching microorganisms. Bacteria, mold, viruses, those filters turned into a petri dish. They become a breeding ground for bacteria to spread more. So the filter has to be changed. It has to be changed frequently if it's in a very dirty environment. So ultimately, if it's not changed, it becomes more dangerous because you're creating more of the thing that you're trying to take out of the air. And so viruses can be so small that they actually pass through most mechanical filters. Even if we look beyond the kind of petri dish problem, then they may be too small to actually be caught in a filter. And that's the beauty of our system, is that size, the smaller the better. We're actually more effective even with the smallest particles. So those small viruses, those viruses that may be attached to another airborne particle, those are going to be influenced, they're going to be charged negatively, and they're going to be pulled out of the atmosphere. Then as soon as they hit that collector, they essentially explode. With Iona, there's no filter to replace. You can just pull out the collector surface, clean that, wash that, put that back, and you're good to go. And that's one of the great differences with Iona. You buy it once, you're good to go. We at Iona welcome you to be part of the solution. With your help, we can bring the same technology that's been used in the medical and dental industries and in high tech, and bring that into the home. So with your help, we can help bring clean air everywhere.